If you missed my last video, the new co-main event for UFC 310 is Shavkat Rakhmonov and Ian Gary. Ian Gary pulled from the UFC Tampa main event, and replacing him, I'm pretty surprised by this, and I'm going to talk about this in a second, is Colby Chaos Covington. That's right, Colby Covington's back. It's been about a year since we last saw him fight. He steps in to fight Buckley because I heard rumblings a couple days ago about the Shavkat and Gary fight possibly coming together, and I thought, oh man, poor Joaquin Buckley, he's getting screwed over. This is a great replacement and a huge opportunity here for Buckley. And not to mention, one of the things we didn't like about Colby Covington's last fight was the fact that it wasn't very exciting. You can't be in a boring fight with Joaquin Buckley. This is a guy who's knocking out everyone, just knocked out Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. So good on the UFC. And not to mention the fact that Colby's also from Florida. This adds a bit more. I mean, the Gary and, Buckley fight initially, like Buckley doesn't have any ties to Florida. Gary, I guess, used to train at Kill Clip, but at least, with Colby Covington, he's actually from Florida. So this is going to be interesting here. And I think it's the type of fight as well where, Colby has a good chance to redeem himself. I think fans do like Joaquin Buckley here. I'm just talking context wise. But, Colby has a good opportunity. If he gets a win here, he's sort of back in the driver's seat, right? Because we've been waiting for Colby to do something since the Leon fight. Nothing's happened, so to speak. So kudos on the UFC. This is a great main event for UFC Tampa. If you got tickets, you got to be pretty excited about this matchup. Now let's do a quick tail of the tape. Then I'm going to give an early prediction on this fight as well. So Colby Covington, going to be 36 years old. He is 5'11" with a 72-inch reach. He's taking on Joaquin Buckley, who is 5'10" with a 76-inch reach. So Buckley going to be have a 4-inch reach advantage in this fight. He is 6 years younger than Colby Covington in this matchup here. Again, Colby has not fought since the Leon Edwards title fight last December, so it's going to be about a year since he last competed, just short of that. And Joaquin Buckley obviously coming off that huge win over Stephen Thompson, knocking him out in the third round. This one's iffy because, I think Colby has a method to victory here, which is just to sort of out-wrestle his opponent. I think Colby is the better wrestler, but Colby's also older. He's coming out off the layoff. Colby, one thing you got to give him credit for, doesn't get finished that much, right? Like had the Usman loss where he finished, which was a 5th round finish. I don't think he's really fought a guy with the type of power that Joaquin Buckley has. Like he didn't fight, Masvidal has power, but not when he fought Masvidal. That was in 2020. Same thing with Woodley and Lawler. So it'll be interesting. Can Buckley knock out Colby Covington at this point? I think right now, my early prediction on this fight is going to be Joaquin Buckley just because of the activity, the fact that he's younger. But, Colby, if we see him like we've seen him in the past, he can absolutely win this fight. So I won't count out Colby at all. I think this fight's going to be pretty interesting. I'm curious to see what the odds will be on this one. I would imagine Buckley's going to be the favorite just because he's younger and like I said, has been more active. But Colby's obviously fought a lot of really good fighters here. Usman, Woodley, Lawler, Dos Anjos. I mean, Woodley, I guess I should take that one back because Woodley was sort of on his way out at that point. But, Colby's been in a lot of 5-round title fights and all that. This has got to be his first opponent that he's fought that's like, not like really like a household name. Like Buckley's obviously a big name, but like you look at who Colby's fought, it's someone that's either fought for the title or is holding the title, right? Or like, former champion. Like not since, like you have to go all the way back. The last time he fought a UFC title challenger would have been Kim. If you think about it, even Maya fought for a title, right? So, this is the first time he's fought someone. Well, and then that's the thing. The big criticism with Colby, obviously, is he hasn't fought a ranked opponent. Well, now he is. So, give Colby credit. I mean, I personally think that, there were fights out there that maybe could have been more interesting for him. If we're going the Colby route, right? Like you figured Colby would have wanted to fight someone like Wonderboy. So credit to him for taking this fight because it's dangerous for him. But at the same time, this is a great chance for him to redeem himself if he can take out a guy like Buckley. So, very excited for this matchup. Good job on the UFC. I know I give the UFC a lot of flack about doing too many events. They can obviously put out some good matchmaking at the last minute. I got to give him credit here. This and the Shavkat and Gary fight is absolutely phenomenal here. So great to see Colby back in action. Like I said, I do think Buckley will take this one, but Colby could win it if we see an old Colby, but I don't know what Colby we're going to get. That's the big question. We're going to find that out on December 16th. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. What's your early prediction? Who do you think wins? And do you like this fight for UFC Tampa? Let me know. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.